bring up their own individual group. This is why blacks and Mexicans are having an issue right now during the ICE raids. And this is why African Americans have such an issue with certain Caribbeans or certain African groups, because the same things that we've accused Hispanics of, blacks have also accused some Africans and some Caribbeans of. Now, we're going to be honest, Caribbeans like Stokely Carmichael and like Louis Farrakhan and some of them have been right there with us. So we don't typically look at them as we look at the Hispanics or whatever else, right? That doesn't really happen. The Africans, the continental Africans, more so. But the reality is that what blacks look at in the black world, African Americans or hashtag FBA, is that there isn't parity between the groups. Even the ones that come to the United States, it's like we sacrificed, and then when they come here, then, you know, hey, they're doing good and they're doing great. What are they doing for the struggle to help us out? And then when it comes back to come back to their country or to come back to Ghana or Uganda, you're on your own. Like a, you know, Ugandan can come to Black America and get you know, something going on to HBCU, but a Black American can't do anything in the continent without being rich. So I can understand the animosity. And Cam James is a very, very bright guy. But I think the underlying thing is there is a lot of truth to what is going on between hashtag FBA in the Hispanic community, or hashtag FBA, the Pan-African community, hashtag FBA and Caribbeans and continental Africans, not all, but some. And then there is there's some gripe there, right? And I used to be a more of a hardcore Pan-African until I started learning that for myself. That, man, as much as, you know, I was so big on Pan-Africanism and still is to a certain degree, I can't sit here and say that after living in Africa for 78 years, that Tariq Nasheed and Pharaoh Sadat and a lot of these guys, what they're saying about what's going on in Africa and the parity, it's true. It is true to a certain degree. I've experienced it. I experienced that people want to use you and your community for what you can give and keep everything for themselves. I see it here. It's just something that happens. So to say that somebody is being divisive, I can get that. But the reality is that that division has been there for a long time. When I was at Howard University, the Caribbean kids kicked it by themselves. The African Nigerian kids kicked it by themselves. I had a chick from Trinidad and Tobago. She had one of the fattest booties I've ever seen in my life. She said, I can't date you dudes. The reason why my parents said I can't date y'all, because you guys are Black Americans. And she was getting the full ride scholarships in mathematics from an HBCU. And her parents said, whatever you do, don't date a Black American. Even though she was getting a full ride scholarship to the school. I heard it myself. I saw it myself. I didn't even know that blacks had division until I got to Howard. So that was going on back and anybody who went to HBCU in the East Coast, if you went to, you know, University of Maryland, East Shore, you went to Hampton, you went to Howard University, you saw it. Virginia State, you saw it. Delaware State, you saw it. Anything in the MEAC, you saw it. Morgan State, you saw it. Don't come and act like you didn't see it. You saw it. It was evident. I don't know about now, but it was evident. Ethiopians, Eritreans on the whole other side of the yard. They didn't really rock with you like that. So if you want to call it a grift, okay, whatever. But that is what it is. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of